All right, so I finally have decided on the phone that I'm gonna go with. I've literally been watching nothing but videos and like doing research for the last like 2 or 3 days. No, 4. But after so much research and consideration, I've realized that I have been obsessed with smartphones for some time now, and it only makes sense while not while, but now that I had the opportunity, because when I was growing up, I'd have an iPhone 7, then I'd have it for like a year or two, and then after that then I went to like an XR, and then I kept the XR for a year. I actually had 2 different XRs, and I went from the XR after I believe it was 1 year of use. I went to the iPhone 12, then I went from the 12 to the 15, and here I am now with the 15. But actually no, I went from the 12 to a Google Pixel 7 Pro, and then I went from the Google Pixel 7 Pro to the iPhone 15, and here we are now. The two phones that I've decided on getting: one, the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna get the XL, because this is why. I'm actually gonna get two phones. So I'm gonna get, obviously I have Verizon right now. I live in the middle of nowhere, and really the only we do have 5G around here though. But the only thing is I don't have service with Verizon until I go about 20 minutes to an hour away. Then I have plenty of service. But what I'm gonna do is I want the Google Pixel 9 Pro is like an everyday phone. So like I'm gonna carry both phones with me everywhere I go, obviously, except for work. When I'm at work, I'm gonna just have, just the Google Pixel 9 Pro. And obviously I'm about to get into the second phone that I'm gonna get, but just kind of listen to what I'm saying. The reason I think I want the regular 9 Pro over the XL is because for regular everyday use, I think that's been my favorite thing about this phone, the regular iPhone 15, because it's smaller and it fits in my pockets better. It's more simple, and that's one thing I've always liked about iPhone. It's just the Apple ecosystem, and the fact that it's just so simple. But I'm officially parting ways with iPhone again. I just wanted to try out the 15 mainly, and now I'm gonna get two phones. So I'm gonna get the Google Pixel 9 Pro, the regular one for everyday use. 120 hertz. Great AI integration, good camera, good videography, good photography. Good everything except for I guess battery, which I don't know. The 7 Pro's battery was always good for me, but if you're like a super heavy phone user, I guess you can see it. But I know the 9 Pro is obviously twice as good as the 7 Pro was, so we'll have to see. But the next phone that I'm getting, and this is why I'm saying I'm getting like a secondary phone, that is the Vivo X200 Ultra. So the Vivo X200 Ultra is the best. Obviously, I like to do the dark aesthetic videos. I love taking photos. I love doing this and doing that. Well, I'm gonna get the 16 gigabyte and then the highest variant. So I'm pretty sure it's 16 gigs of RAM and then 512 gigs of storage. That's plenty. A phone, that's plenty. But that's gonna be my secondary, because that is literally everything that I could want in a phone. But I was just gonna get that and then keep this iPhone, the 15, just to have it for calling and texting, but keep it with me just in case someone does call or text. But it's already on Verizon, and I don't really like it that much, and it's got a completely busted back glass, and the front screen is kind of getting worse too. Battery life health is at 81%, and I've only had this phone for coming up on a year now. I think it's been 11 months and like 2 weeks. So yeah, basically I've only had this phone for a year, and the battery health is already down to 81%, and that's not very good at all. like after 2 or 3 years I can understand 81%, but nah, 81% after actually technically, well, around a year, yeah, whatever. But that's not good. So I'm gonna get, and I've always loved Pixels, and the 9 Pro is super good. So I'm gonna get that for like my main phone. And then I'm gonna get the Vivo X200 Ultra after so much consideration. Like I was thinking about the ROG Phone 9 Pro, the Red Magic, the Red Magic 10 Pro. I was thinking about so many different phones, and you know, it's just it's got a good battery life. It has quad HD display. It has 120 hertz. It has, you know, everything that you could want. The best camera that you can find out of everything in a smartphone is in this Vivo X200 Ultra. To get a better quality, or to get a better camera system, you have to get an actual camera. A better camera system than this phone does not exist. You have to go with an actual camera, and that's not including, you can get extra upgraded, like you can get lenses for this phone. So I'm excited. So what I'm gonna do is, obviously I'm gonna go get set up with AT&T. So if AT&T has it, I'll just buy it right there, the Pixel 9 Pro. But the Vivo is gonna have to be imported from and I had this reliable website that I know, this big YouTuber that I watch, Flossie Carter. I've been watching this dude for like 10 years, and literally since I was like probably 9 years old. I'm not even gonna lie, I remember watching him from that long ago. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. And the red color, well, and I was actually looking at the Vivo X200 Pro, and then I was looking at a couple of things that I wanted, like the quad HD display, which the Pixel 7 Pro did have that, and it had 120 hertz. And I was like, well, that you know, that it is a pretty big difference. So, you know, I wanted that. The brightness, the battery is stupid. Everything about it is just, it's literally everything that you can ever have. Like, so I'm excited. I'm gonna get both of those. Like I said, the Google Pixel 9 Pro, I'm gonna get that. And then actually I'm gonna get the Vivo first, I think, and then maybe the 9 Pro secondly, because I already have this phone and I don't really need anything right now. But I'm gonna get the Vivo in a couple of weeks. Then I'll get the 9 Pro right after. But I'm excited to get two. I mean, it's kind of cool to have two different phones. But and I'm just a big phone guy. I don't know, I love smartphones because it's literally what I use more than anything. So I feel like it's pretty important. But I'm excited to see what I can do with the Vivo X200 Ultra. So with the Ultra, the only thing that is available is the Chinese version. But Flossie Carter, in one of his videos where he reviewed the Vivo X200 Ultra, he literally took his he said to go, because obviously I'll be using AT&T as well. That's what he uses. He said to go to AT&T, get a prepaid phone plan, get a prepaid physical SIMs card, and, you know, just take it out of whatever your phone that your main is, whatever your main phone is, or whatever phone you're going to be using the most. Pull it out and stick it in there. And he tried it and it worked. And as far as Android Auto goes, I'll be using that with the Pixel. And I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of weird to say, because I used Android Auto when I had the Pixel 7 Pro, and then obviously I've used Apple CarPlay for everything else. I'm gonna be a little bit honest here. I honestly think that I prefer Android Auto. It's just, I like the design better, and it just seems more, I don't know, like I like the maps integration. I like the UI better on Android Auto. That's just my opinion. And then as far as earbuds, I've officially, I know which ones I want. Probably the Technics AZ100s. Maybe, but there was another one that Flossie Carter did, and he said those were the best that he's ever heard, and I think they're like $450. So I might get those too. But who knows? But that is what I've decided on. So Google Pixel 9 Pro for my main everyday phone. for mainly receiving phone calls, messages, whatever. The Vivo X200 Ultra for everything else, watching YouTube, taking photos, videos, doing my, you know, dark aesthetic videos that I do, everything I'm gonna be doing on that. And dude, I'm excited to get that phone, because I'm gonna be honest, it looks so good. And I was pretty hot because I'm gonna be honest, when I seen that, obviously they're not sold in the US, and they're not carried by any carriers around here in the US, but you can still get it. And I honestly thought that it was banned from the US and I couldn't get it, but you can still get it and use it. So I'm pretty excited about that. You just have to find international sites that ship it internationally to the US, and there are a few of those. But I'm excited. That's the video on, you know, just what I'm gonna get, so stay tuned for that. I officially start, not officially, well, I guess officially, I'm starting third shift tomorrow night, because my first, like, I guess it was kind of like a training day. Even though I didn't train, I already knew what I was doing, kind of. Basically, it was whatever, you know. It was on second though, and I'm starting third finally tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that. But with that being said, I'm gonna go, I guess chill, but I am starting third shift tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited to go ahead and get this ready, get the 2 phones, get a vehicle. I want a truck, but whatever I can get, then I get a place, start from there, and chill. All of those because I'm gonna be honest, very soon you won't be seeing this scenery no more. I'll be but I'll have my, you know, vehicle, and I'll be doing those, you know, longer drives like I used to, where I would just drive my car and talk, you know, sometimes at Raising Cane's. I'm gonna be doing that again, especially when it's just me. But maybe Jonathan or Jacob will come around. I don't know. I'd really like to start hanging out with Jacob. I miss Jonathan, but I'm gonna be honest, I feel like he kind of did it. I don't know, this last time it didn't really make me mad. It just made me realize like how bad like it actually was, and Jesus Christ, he really don't care. But yeah, that's a video for another time. But those are the 2 phones I'm gonna get. Let's do it.